Now, this all sounds really great, right? I mean, the development, levels, lines, first stage, second stage, third stage, selfish to care to rights, universal care to integrated care. And it is great. But developmentally, it's not easy for us. Because remember, we only got human consciousness 200,000 years ago. Well, that's not enough time for genetics to prepare us for that powerful thing. You know, human consciousness is a Ferrari, and we're just little babies, you know? Wham, 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 we run into things. Now, developmentally, there's some really important things that happen. So let's talk about them for just a second, because we're going to move into developmentally. This is all fine, except under stress, people can enter defensive states. And under defensive states, people do not have peak experiences where they become more caring, more post-farmal operational. They don't give their best gifts to the world. They're not overwhelmed with universal care and universal rights and integrated care. You know, they don't really care about serving God. People in defensive states are pissed off, egocentric, selfish, and mean. And that's us. And the nature of a defensive state, there's characteristics. In a defensive state, we regress. And how do we know? There are amplified or numbed emotions, distorted perspectives, destructive impulses, and get this, diminished capacities for empathy and self-reflection. Amplified or numbed emotions, distorted perspectives, destructive impulses, diminished capacities for empathy and self-reflection. Let me see, when are those characteristics normal developmentally? 25, 30, no, let me see. Oh, down here, little kids. And so there's certain aspects of development that are crucial to this. And let's start with infancy. First 2 or 3 months, there's this mirroring process where the mother is guiding the development of the child, especially her right hemisphere. So the little baby's right hemisphere and mother's right hemisphere. And the mother's contingent. She's attuned. Baby wants contact, you get contact. Baby wants space, you get space. Okay, that's great. Okay. Now, if the mother is not attuned, that baby then has experiences where they're in distress and they don't have an attuned caregiver. And so they have to auto-regulate. Their nervous system has to regulate itself. And there's no self-conscious, there's no self-aware consciousness here. So we can predict what nervous systems will do. I mean, we can just observe them. And so what the baby's nervous system will do is shut off in some fashion from the distressing impulse or protest. Now, if the mother has capacity to be attuned, the baby protests, it will pull attunement. If the mother doesn't have a capacity for attunement, the baby protests and there's less attunement. And as there's less attunement, the child's nervous system gets more scared. And then it goes to its next level of defense, which is dissociation, parasympathetic collapse. It's not shame at this level. Little kids don't blush, little babies, 6 months old. But their parasympathetic nervous system can go into a dissociated state. And mothers do an interesting thing. Mothers look at a child. So the child's, "No, you're mad." And the mothers will say, "You're mad." Okay? Now this "you're mad," you notice I'm making a mad face, but it's marked. This is called markedness. I'm making a mad face. So the child knows I'm not mad at it. The child knows that I'm talking about its state. And that soothes the child. Why? The child's in control. I get that they're mad. It feels resonated with. It calms down. You're mad. Oh, you're happy. You know? Parents naturally do this. Amanda down the street, she was holding her baby. She'd had it 5 days ago, and she was doing this. Yeah, man, oh, look how happy. Her face was going through these marked places where she was mirroring the child's state in a way that the child would know that it's the child's emotion. A non-attuned parent or a parent in a defensive state doesn't mark it. You're mad. Okay, that kid doesn't hear the markedness, believes the parent is mad, freaks out, and dissociates.